I often get this question, what is it like to be without the experience of a separate self, of a person? What is it like? Imagine a cup, an ordinary, drinking cup that you drink tea or coffee out of, and the cup is empty, and what's inside is space, right? And what's outside is space. Inside the cup is space, outside the cup is space. And if you drop the cup and the cup shatters on the floor, where's the space? It's no longer inside. Inside and outside no longer matter. There's just space. And the cup has different pieces, right? There's pieces scattered on the floor, shards of the broken cup. And if you were a scientist and you looked at the shards of the cup on the floor, you would also find mostly space, right? If you're a scientist, you know that forms, solid form is really mostly empty space. So there's space. When the cup was whole, there was space inside and outside, but the cup itself was mostly space. So that's what's there. And the shattered cup, the broken cup, is sort of, it's the end of the illusion of a separate self. It's a wonderful analogy because if we look here, there's no person, but there is a body. There are thoughts, there are feelings, there are sensations, there are experiences. All of that is here, but what's missing is a person. So when the cup breaks, there's no longer a cup. There's just broken shards of the cup, broken pieces of the cup lying on the floor. There's no longer a cup. And when you realize that there's no personal self, when you stay in this pure space long enough, you don't come back to the person, the separate self. You cannot find that. When you do self-inquiry, you cannot find the separate person. When you do it long enough, you cannot find the separate person. That's not there. A body is here, thoughts, all those things that you combine together to create what you think of as a person are all there, but the person's not there. The person never really existed. Because of our society, we have a name, form, and people call us by a name. They think they know us. They project their image onto us of who we are, and they tell us who we are. And we come to believe that and think, I am this name, this body, mind, form, experiences, all bundled together. That's me. Now, I really noticed this today. I did a little exercise with a group, and what the exercise was to open up into this awareness, pure being, space, this pure beingness, and then realize that the person is being created by beingness. Moment by moment, beingness is creating this idea of a person, and also body, form, and all the parts are being created by pure awareness, pure consciousness. In every moment this is happening. So to put attention on the awareness, which my attention is on, and then bring it back into the person. And I found that I couldn't do that. Instead, I went into, someone had a cat, and I went into the person of the cat And I could go into the person of any of the people there, but I couldn't go into the person of me because I know there isn't a person of me. And I've spent long enough knowing that I don't go back into that. I can't really recreate it. I can create a body. I can see there's a body and all these different parts, but I can't find the person that puts all that together. The cup. The cup has broken. The cup has shattered. And is this a problem? Not at all. It's just freedom. It's like looking at a river, right? You can say a flowing river is moving along and things are coming in the, if we're watching this river, leaves go through different things, a stick might float through, all these things different appear, but the river just keeps flowing. But I'm not the leaf and I'm not the stick. I'm not one of the sticks or one of the leaves. I'm the river itself, the flowing river that everything appears in, or you can look on it as an ocean with waves. I'm no longer one of those waves. I'm the ocean that all waves appear on. And more than that, I'm the water that the ocean is made up of. That's more of my experience. It's not an identity. How can you have an identity of something so vast and infinite? There's no identity. You don't need an identity. The river flows. The ocean is the ocean. It is. And so it was really interesting to see this. And the other day, I saw this thing about Peter Sellers, who was a wonderful actor, appeared in many movies. Depending on what age you are, you may not know who Peter Sellers is, but he was a wonderful actor. He was in a lot of different movies, played many, many different characters. And what was said about him was that Peter Sellers played many different characters wonderfully, but he couldn't play Peter Sellers. There was no Peter Sellers. He couldn't find Peter Sellers. So when people would meet him, he would just be one of those characters, and he would go from character to character because he couldn't find Peter Sellers. And so I totally understand that because I don't find Peter Cutler, really. There isn't a separate Peter Cutler here. There is no Peter Cutler. There is just the beingness where Peter Cutler appears in and the body appears in. And so I can move to any consciousness, any manifestation that feels very strongly that they're a person. I can easily go to that because they have the cup is there, right? There is a solid cup, so I can go into that cup. I can't go into the shattered cup. I can't go into the broken cup because the broken cup, what broke is the illusion of a separate self. There never was a separate self. There never was a cup, if you will. There was just the illusion of it. And so now, you would think, well, can you put the pieces? There's the body, thoughts, and all these things. Can you stick those back together to make a separate person? And I can't. I can do it with other people or a cat or other things that believe that. But here, like Peter Sellers, I can't do that. And I don't really want to. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could, but why? This is freedom. This is awake. It's not a problem. We're afraid to let go of this illusion. If we weren't afraid, a few moments of self-inquiry would show you that there is no person here. There's all the elements, all the parts of the person, what we call body, mind, thoughts, sense of identity. All these things are here, but there isn't a person here. There's nothing that unites them. There's just the different elements. And it's wonderful, the different elements. Look, they're speaking. It can speak. It can move. It can do all these different things. The body can move. The mind can think and feel. The body can sense. All these things happen, but they don't depend on a separate person. There isn't a separate person here. That ship has sailed. that cup is broken. And that's what freedom is. We don't break the cup, the illusion, ourself, because we wouldn't want to do that. The person is not going to want to break the person. The person isn't going to want the person to die. The person isn't going to want to see that the person isn't real, just a dream and an illusion. It's not going to want to see that, because that's the end of it. So the cup breaks by accident. You know, it's said that awakening is an accident, and spiritual practice makes us accident prone. That's a wonderful thing, yes. With enough spiritual practice, the cup falls off the edge of the counter onto the floor and breaks. An accident happens, and we wake up. We do self-inquiry long enough, and an accident happens, and the cup breaks, and we wake up. The illusion breaks. And freedom that's always been here, always will be, is realized as right here.